Scott, we have been waiting for about 3 or 4 games in a row where we could ask you about the Dallas Stars because of the policy of never looking past the game that's directly in front of you. Do you get a sense of a little excitement in the room, and how about even in the coach's office?
Yeah. We always, with these guys, Colorado, Mini, anybody in your division, it's always exciting times. They're always heavily contested games, and they made their changes at the deadline, and as did we. And it's a situation we've talked about right from training camp, the importance of being the best in the Central Division, and we haven't seen them in quite a while, so they've made some changes, and it'll be really looking forward to it.
Because of the importance of finishing first, which I think almost since we talked to you, training camp has been kind of the prime goal. With only 16 games to go, how much do you balance, you've tried over the course of the season to keep guys fresh, but how much do you balance going, if you stay healthy, going with a consistent lineup now, at least until some things are clarified?
Yeah, probably. They're probably looking at sort of the opponents, some of where we are in the schedule, some of these 3 and 4s, 4 and 6s. That may have something to do with our travel. Whether you put fresh legs in, whatever. But we're trying to get a feel for Luke and Brandon, see how they fit in minute-wise, all those things. So still in that mode, but when it comes to it, it'll start to play itself out as we get moving forward here.
What would 2 points tomorrow do for you for their goal of finishing first?
Puts us 2 more up on them.
2 more up on them.
It really does.
The math.
It really does. It's a math question. So, no, it just, they're important games. They're divisional games. And honestly, if it happened a month ago, a week ago, whatever, it's us, Dallas. Like I said, our division, they're always highly heavy contested games. And, they got the best of us last time in their building. So we need to make sure that, we're good here. We got another one near the end of the year with them. So, when you have teams behind you, you want to try to make sure you keep them there.
Scott, you at the end of games have moved Iafallo, or then the other night it was Tanev, and I know you were asked about that, onto the top line just to close things off. What is the skill set that you like? Like with an Iafallo who you've had all year, and you've used him in that sort of role. What is the thing that he's doing well that's going to make sure that things are taken care of?
Yeah, I think with him and with Tanny, they're good on the walls, and that's not saying that taking anything away from Gabe. Just that there's sometimes when you get into situations, what we felt the other night with the Rangers, they were coming hard. They're going to come hard, especially when the goalie was coming out near the end. And it was just more kind of getting ourselves up for that. But they're good on the walls, shot blockers. They do a good job of sort of anticipating, reading sort of situations that are coming. That's what their roles are. That's what they do both on the penalty kill. When they get out 5-on-5, those are real responsible players. And sometimes they just kind of do it to maybe if a line has been having trouble, you just kind of throw them in there. They're really good glue guys.
I think it's usually Gabe as opposed to Kyle or some of the other wingers. Is there a skill set maybe that Kyle has, or like what goes into the decision of that winger being the one?
I don't know. I think that Kyle's been in this probably a lot longer, and he's a penalty killer. He's got some quickness to him. His stick there defending, he does a good job that way. Anticipation, I don't know. He's become a real good 200-foot player for us, and both ways. So that's probably the reason there.
I wonder if it's too soon upon his arrival with Luke Schenn, but defensively, there's a specific skill set that he has. Could we see maybe him, in your top 4, even top pair to close things off at key moments?
Well, I think because he's been there. I mean, there was times where he was with Yossi this year in Nashville. He's played in that area. He's played in those roles. Certainly not if it means coming. Bringing up his minutes, maybe a scenario he does pop up. I think that coming out of penalties, coming out of power plays, him going over the board right away, maybe with Sandberg, those type of things. That is scenarios where he'll be in those roles. Like I said, we're still trying to see what we got. We never know where you are day to day, game to game. So he's got experience in the top 4 as well. So you're always you're not afraid to make that move if you have to.
I think to Murat's question, you did have Schenn out with Sandberg, didn't you, in the last minute? And I wanted to ask about Neal Pionk because
He's on maintenance right now.
Right.
So,
is there any concern about his availability for tomorrow?
We'll see how he is tomorrow. I kind of go day to day here and wait and see how he is tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, that's just, we were just talking about is that Luke can jump up in there. That had, like I mentioned, New York was pounding a lot of pucks from the outside, and having Luke and Sandberg as kind of shot blockers, and it's what he did there late. Got a great big block, and that maybe had a little bit more to do with that.
Nikolaj in the same camp as
same camp,
Pionk, so remains to be seen what his status is for tomorrow.
Yeah. Make sure you come for morning skate.
And just on the injury front, Dallas is coming in. They're not completely healthy. I think Hintz is now out as well, and they've been without Sagan and Heiskanen. But obviously, they've continued to roll despite that. That's what good teams do, right?
Yeah, that they've saw that in Colorado. Went through all their injuries, and they've continued to hang in there, change their team quite a bit. But they've made additions. They made the San Jose trade. They got two real good players there that added to their depth, and it's really any good team in this league. You're going to have to use other people, depth in your lineup, and they have if they can come in and help you to continue to roll and win. It's what we had early in the year with our defense, and the second half of the year with our forwards. When you can do that, that's a sign of a good hockey team.